Hello, guys.
Olaf.
Hola.
It's cold outside.
It is a bit nippy outside. That's why I'm sipping out of the coffee cup with the
Non-cheat code logo.
No, because the cheat code logo is like the porcelain handle, and this one I got on the go, and they didn't have the cheat code. I actually complained to the manager. I was like, "Yo, man,
I know you did.
where are the cheat code cups at? Like, I don't come in here enough and just give you guys, enough business." Anyways, moral of the story. It's kind of cold outside, so I had to get the cup warmer because the cup is extra hot, and this is how I'm staying low-key warm.
Okay.
And as I could tell from your voice, you had one hell of a New Year's.
I did.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Sounds like you just got all exhausted, partied out of control, or you out there hanging out with Don Lemon on CNN or anything? Nothing?
No.
Nothing fancy?
No, nothing fancy. No fancy schmancy.
Any fancy smuff for the New Year?
No drugs or
For the new
alcohol was
millennium?
harmed.
Christmas was in the cabins. Never been to a cabin before. My first time.
Nice.
Nervous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I love it.
Made it out alive.
Good.
So we good.
Yeah, Chased by Bears. What's the movie with John Candy, God bless the dead, The Great Outdoors? Have you guys ever seen it?
Yes.
Coders, if you've ever seen The Great Outdoors, please leave a comment. Comment your favorite scene below. I love that movie. It's one of my favorites. Have you ever seen it?
I have not.
Now that you've gone to the woods, I suggest you watch it with the family. Now, like in retrospect, after the fact,
Okay.
Monday morning quarterback, it'll probably make a lot of the firsts that you're going to do there fun, in retrospect.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about artists who are not what they rap about. Meaning, what they rap about.
Music is entertainment.
So pretty much we're going to talk about all rappers?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Music is entertainment. And rap is the only stigma where you have to just
Be real.
where you not even necessarily be real. Because, man, if Dave Chappelle didn't teach y'all what keeping it real goes wrong, like being real, to keep it real with you, pun intended, right? But to keeping it real is going to put you in a lot of awkward situations to where if you do keep it real, you're going to jeopardize a lot of stuff. Your freedom being one of those things. Keeping it real.
Every time.
So, I think we keep it honest with people. I think we keep it a buck with them. But keep it real with yourself. You know what I mean?
A lot of people can't do that, though.
Well, allow me to finish
You know
this.
what I mean?
And keep it real with yourself. And if you feel that you have to sensationalize things, or you have to borrow somebody else's life, or you have to use tidbits or influences or whatever it is so that you can paint your vision, do you. Be true to you. Anybody else thinks is irrelevant, man, because they talked about Jesus.
But I was going to ask you a question, Wendy. I know a really, really big artist. He's a lot older now. He rapped his brother's life. He rapped about things that he saw his brother do.
Talk about Arjunard, you ain't shit.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just saying he rapped everything that his brother did. So therefore, everyone correlated it to him, but no one also questioned him because the relevance was still there because he was around it. And so what about that?
I was just watching the BMF documentary. Have you guys seen it? The Stars, like the 10 episodes.
I have not. I'm
It's
going
really
to,
good.
though.
I was checking it out. I caught it in glance, and then I binged watched it. And it's funny you say that because in one of the episodes, they make a point to say how Jeezy was rapping Big Meech's lifestyle. Like they made a whole 30-minute episode about this. And I don't think I seen Jeezy do an interview for it, which was kind of odd.
Interesting.
But in this whole 10-segment song, they took one 30-minute episode and kind of highlighted on some of the music. And they kind of like hammered it home. Like they made it a point. So much so that I'm talking about it now in conversation like, damn, that was kind of awkward now that you mentioned it. But again, he's an entertainer. Rick Ross is an entertainer. Drake is an entertainer. These guys are entertainers. What do we really expect these guys to be?
Mrs. Day.
I'm asking just in general, like, what do we expect them to be if not the best version of themselves?
I think we expect them to be talent, and we expect them to be able to tell stories because that's what artists are. They have the ability to put words together and make it art and make it interesting and make it listenable. Jeezy's one of my favorite rappers. So when I listen to his music, am I sitting there thinking, is he talking about himself? Is he talking about Kinky B? Is he talking about O-Dog? Is he talking about Big Meech? It doesn't necessarily
But did it matter? Yeah.
Right. It didn't necessarily matter. What mattered was that it was great music. I could relate to it.
Still is great music.
It still is. I was listening to it the other day in California, and it still resonates with me today.
And it's impactful. He had great music, and I'm sure it was, some of the biggest records that I'm sure we've heard. It took a team to put some of those records together.
Yes.
Agreed.
And
Yes.
the fact that some of these artists can be genuine enough, and then have somebody come in and contribute to that and help them paint a better picture. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, bro. Now,
Right.
are we talking about like don't rap gangster stuff if you're not a gangster? But that's just in life.
I would just like to say, I think,
Don't portray yourself that way if you're not really living like that. Because somebody tests you, then what?
but I think it's a large population of fans, and I can't speak for all fans, but I think there is a population of fans that when they hear something from somebody, they're expecting that person to be the person doing what they're talking about.
Can I tell you a mathematical number?
If we're watching a movie,
Okay, come on.
you're in the movie, you're like,
Come on.
oh, this is really happening.
Come on.
So even though it's a movie,
Come on.
you feel like, kind of like crying in a movie. You know it's not a real movie.
The emotion
but
takes
the
you
emotion
over.
takes you over because it's believable.
I feel that way with music.
But that's what people feel that way too. But I think it's a large population of people that may get let down when they realize, oh, this person didn't write this song.
Okay, so we're talking.
Oh, this person isn't
we're
really
talking about
what
the,
they
the
rap
street
about.
artists. Is that what we're talking about?
It could be songwriting.
Well, I don't
like-
think anybody's saying like you're not really emotional. Why would you make emotional songs? You're not really an emotional person. You're really we're talking about the people that make gangster rap music not being authentic. And to that I say, we know people. Mathematically, less than 1% of the world's population are criminals. Less than 1%. 1 out of every 100 people that you meet in your life are going to turn out to be criminals. 1%. We know 30 people that complain about it, but those people just happen to have a voice. Because I don't think, especially in 2022, I don't think there's anybody. Are we still checking that credential? Are we pulling rappers Equifax when they're painting their nails black?
It's happening.
And they're doing all of the extra stuff they're doing. Maybe it's an expression.
Yes.
But yeah.
There is
think
a
the fans
population
care?
of people.
Yeah.
I think it's a population of fans that care because they are arguing right now in comments about it.
Really?
When an artist comes home early from a particular trial, people are in comments arguing about if he snitched or if he did not snitch. It's a population of people that's intriguing.
Well,
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
intriguing because it's conversation. It's
People care,
It's
though.
the water cooler banter. People only care because it's entertainment. If it wasn't entertaining, nobody
Nobody would talk about it.
all the artists, including the one that just came home, should be talking about the fact that Congress is having another hearing about their money and about their streams.
But
That is more important to me, but it's not entertaining.
Right.
That's not entertaining, so it's not worth talking about, because if I were to talk to you, if I were to mention that in a casual conversation to the average person, they're gonna look at me and be like crickets. But in one of the most sensationalized trials of the last year in the urban mecca of music entertainment, of course, it's something to talk about. When I woke up and the day he came home and I woke up and I hit the phone, the Instagram, and I was going on the timeline, I was appalled by the people that I thought were real stand-up guys that would have reposted that he came home. I wonder what. Those people appalled me. Because if you a stand-up guy, that's for you to sit there and judge and figure out. And for you to sit back and watch every asshole that go run behind that, now you know who to watch. That's not your moment to chime in. If you're genuine, keeping it 100, when you see something like that, that's not your job to chime in and co-sign that shit and push it, especially if you know the ramifications of that. Because there's a couple things you're never gonna come back from, bro. Touching kids, touching women, and being a snitch, bro. Them 3 things you're not coming back from.
It's
Ever.
a wrap.
And when you start to assassinate someone's character off of speculation for the sake of entertainment, because that conversation, that post, to me, social media is either to inform, hey, this is what I got going on. It's a call to action, hey, this is what I got going on, go over here. Or it's to educate, hey, this is what I got going on and this is how I do it. So when somebody posts something, I wonder, are they trying to educate, inform, or empower? What 3 things are you trying to do when you're posting something? That was like when the day BG got out of jail and every clown and they mama went and reposted it. That goes to show you that most of these people that claim to be media outlets There's no journalistic integrity.
There's none.
Journalistic integrity
no
requires
research.
2 fact checks. The verification of the verification, then you post the story. Now,
Yes.
we heard it, be the first one to post it. Not because you want to inform, but because you want to sensationalize.
You want
You want to
eyeballs.
sensationalize.
Come on,
You
man,
want
it's
likes, the
entertainment.
views, in the comments.
It's entertainment, man. So what? If he did tell to come home, so what? If he didn't tell to come home, so what? What does that got to do with the fact that he is free? Do you think it matters to his family? Do you think it matters to anybody on his team, anybody on his legal team? Do you think it mattered to any of the housekeepers that had to get employed, or the landskeepers, or the people that own the cars, or any of those other writers, producers, studio heads, the people who ran his businesses? Do you think the fact that he's free and how he got free matters to any of them? If you
No.
do, you're mistaken.
To them, no.
Then
But
that's
to a
who
large
we gotta talk
population of
about.
people,
They don't
it's a
matter.
credibility thing. They do matter.
It matters to me.
I think it does.
It matters
to
to
some
me.
people, it matters.
It matters to me.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't
It's
care
I
about the
didn't
rest
listen
of
to
the
his
world.
music. I don't listen to anybody's music because of what they think they can do,
Okay.
personally. But that's just my opinion. I know some of the most realest gangsters in the world, but that music, it just doesn't hit for me. I like it. It sounds cool. If I listen to it, I won't skip it, but it's not something I wake up and I go play. And if I still listen to R. Kelly's music. Is that okay to say?
It's not
Publicly?
okay for me. I got daughters. I don't like
I
that.
got 2 daughters too. I still listen to R. Kelly's music.
I
Me and my
don't
wife
fuck-
listen to R. Kelly's
I
music.
don't fuck R. Kelly.
You know,
Fuck R. Kelly.
I
But
listen
see,
to.
I'm a part of the population that cares. So fuck R. Kelly every time. You can't listen to him around me. Not around me, or I just remove myself from the room. Respectfully.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm not going to get mad at you for listening to him. You just don't view the way that I view it.
Exactly.
Do you
I can't
turn
get
TV? Do you turn Pulp Fiction off, or any of the Harvey Weinstein movies turn off?
Yeah, I mean,
It has to be. That's what I'm saying. If it's a polar extreme on one side, it has
Yeah.
to be across the board. So if that's the case, then almost half of the corporate CEOs in this country, I'm sure, have been sued for sexual harassment.
yeah.
Are we going to stop? Are we going to boycott products now?
Hey, I'm going to call a spade a spade. R. Kelly hit a little bit closer to me, so anything close in proximity to me,
I'm not
yes.
defending Robert Kelly's actions.
But if
by
I'm
any
watching a
stretch of the
television
imagination.
show and I don't know how Harvey Weinstein maybe produced it, I'm ignorant enough to say I don't know. But R. Kelly, music, no, I'm not fucking with that. Like, you already triggered me a little bit by just saying his name. Because I'd be ready to fight. Because I don't like that shit. I just don't like old ass men fucking with young girls.
Babies,
I just
yeah.
think that shit is lame.
A couple rappers in the city.
just
You can't handle,
that
you
have been
can't
accused
handle
of
a
that.
grown woman.
A couple rappers in the
They're
city have been
destroying
accused of that.
lives.
And I don't fuck with that shit.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. So that's just
agree.
me. I can't speak on everybody. I can only speak for
So
me.
no minors and no telling. That'll just make you turn somebody's music all the way off.
I know I
never
have a
said about
whole
telling.
list.
I just feel like there's a population of people that speak on telling and speak on snitching. I'm a citizen. I'm not a gangster. I'm not in that. So like some shit happened with me. I don't know how I would act in a law enforcement type of situation. But I know I'm smart enough to know that I'm not gonna put myself in that situation for that to even be an option for me to tell or snitch. I'm not gonna do no type of crime. I don't like that lifestyle. So I would never put myself in that situation. But the people who put themselves in that situation, you gotta be willing to deal with the consequences.
Yes. You make choices. We all make choices. You know what the ramifications are and you accept those choices. You don't all of a sudden try to change the outcome because you're too much of a bitch to sit down for a year.
Now there are some
Then
things
don't
I'm
be a
willing
criminal.
to sit down for. Like somebody hurts my wife, my
Right
family,
with you.
rape
Right
one
with
of my
you.
daughters. I'm
Right
gonna
with
kill.
you.
I'm gonna kill whatever, do whatever, and I'm gonna go turn myself in. And I'm not talking about.
I'm gonna
nothing.
get you a
I
lawyer
will do life. It's cool.
and a
whatever.
therapist.
Right.
And I'm willing to die for things like that.
Those are
outside of
extremes.
that. Those are very extreme, and I pray that those don't happen because I
Exactly.
have daughters. But outside of that, I'm out the way. I don't want no problems with nobody. I would actually try to de-escalate a situation because I know there's only one way for me, and I'm over here like, you know what? I'm cool.
Exactly.
If he's ever pissed off, I know to just we want to trigger him. Just throw a little R. Kelly on.
Yeah,
Seems
don't
like you're
do that,
ready.
don't
Just
do that.
go over the edge.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't even laugh at that because I just have such a extreme. Because I used to really like his music. You know, I saw the video too. I'm over here like, this is like a little girl, bro. Then the whole Aaliyah
It was
shit.
a little girl.
You know what I'm saying? I'm over here like, this shit lame. You can smash anybody
LimeWire
you
was a
want.
fool during that time. I think everybody's seen the video.
Right.
Everybody and their mother downloaded that video and watched it at one
Yeah,
time.
man. I watched it on
Internet
video
was
too.
a fool at one time, boy. Y'all think the internet is wild now? The internet was for real wild at one point.
Because it was like unrestricted.
Yeah.
Like there's so many
Uncensored.
restrictions now. Yeah.
Uncensored.
Hey, man. If I like your music, I like your music. That doesn't mean that I'm going to seek out and go play it or not play it.
I wish I could do that. I really wish I could do that.
I can't tell you one Gunna song that I like. I can't tell you one T.I. song that's come out in the last 5 years that I like. And these are the people that are being talked about and discussed on social media platforms. These are the ones that you know, the fans and the gossip mongers and all the ones they're talking about. I can't tell you one song from them that I've listened to in the last, and I'm in the music business. And that doesn't matter to me. It's not supposed to matter to me. What they make for a 14-year-old kid doesn't matter to me. And if a 15-year-old kid doesn't want to listen to them because they portrayed a fake lifestyle, shot yourself in the foot, bro. This is a business first and foremost before it's anything else. Just because you're talented and you figured out that you could make money with your talent, therein comes the problem. How do you want to, you know, me and my wife have this saying all the time. You ready for it? I tell people all the time, bro, don't do your time like that. You don't do your time like that. Don't be out here gambling. Don't be out here stealing. Don't be out here acting that donkey. Everywhere you go, you got to do something crazy and contrary to popular belief. If that's what you feel you have to do to be successful, then you get that attention, Tekashi 6ix9ine, where you're not a gangster and you go affiliate yourself with gangsters. And when gangster shit happen, then you got to go and you got to sit in court and you got to say it was him. And now it's a whole slew of real stand-up guys that ain't coming home. So, you know, it happens every single day, bro, because people, for some odd reason, society or the new up-and-coming artists, they believe that the best way to get somebody's attention is to be somebody else. And 9 times out of 10, they want to be NBA Youngboy, or they want to be Lil Durk, or they want to be Jeezy, or they want to be these guys because they feel that these guys are not only the badasses, but they're the most feared and the most loved, and they're the most feared and loved because of the content they put out. So if they want that, they want to mimic that. So they put that stuff out too, bro. And how do we that are in the music business, that our task is to figure out how to get people to listen to it? Now it's no.
I think people listen to what they feel is real. For example, I can even bring up an R&B version, our Usher, Confessions. That wasn't him going through that heartache and pain. That was Jermaine Dupri. He wrote the records. But Usher was singing them, right. But people felt that it was Usher going through it. That's what I was saying. Like, what do you guys think of people who feel like maybe, damn, Usher, you didn't write that? I was bought into you, when they find out that it was a Jermaine Dupri situation that he was dealing with. You know, that's a large group of people that kind of feel away. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
I think music is meant to connect, and regardless of who writes it or who sings it or who raps it, if you can glean something as a fan from it, that's the goal. The goal is to help people, right?
We talked about
and
this
entertainment
on episodes.
And entertainment.
Michael Jackson's writers, bro, didn't look like Michael Jackson, my guy. It's the greatest entertainer of all time.
Yeah.
Period. Hands down. Your favorite wants to be MJ.
You just pissed off a lot of Prince fans.
Hey, man. Prince is arguably the greatest musician of all time.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson was the greatest entertainer
yeah,
of all
I ain't gonna
time.
lie. This is before
the
social
glove,
media.
The moonwalk, the culture, the videos. Michael Jackson used to have videos premiere on network television.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Remember
sure
the Time came on network television on Sunday.
Sure
after 60 minutes, it gave it its
And
own
they didn't
45
even play.
minutes.
They didn't even play music videos. They just
His writers did not look like him, my guy.
Understood.
How many times you was at a Christmas party and turned off a Michael Jackson record since R. Kelly pisses you off so bad? These are the things that we can talk about amongst each other and throw on the table because it's healthy. I don't want a bunch of people around me that agree. I'm going to throw something at you to give you a different perspective. I don't like R. Kelly as a person the same way I don't like Fidel Castro as a person. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to love Cuban food and Cuban heritage. The man made some good music, but when you think about what he did, who was he singing to? Same thing could be said about Gerald Levert. He never said a woman's name in a song. Who was he rapping to? Was he rapping to a man? Is it going to change the way you feel about all Gerald Levert records if you feel that he was singing to a man and not a woman?
Yeah. Yes.
To me, bro, I still sing them Gerald Levert songs top of my lungs, bro. I don't care who he was singing to.
Yeah.
So,
that's what I'm saying. I think it's, you have a view, and I believe people identify with that, but I have a completely different view, and I believe people identify with that. Well,
yes,
it was
do.
one singer, what's his name, man? Novocaine. Frank Ocean. He was talking about a man. A lot of people stopped listening to his music. That's a fact.
A lot of people started to listen to it.
But a lot of people started to listen to his music. So it went polar left, polar right. All right, good conversation.
It
Nice
actually
and
makes me like him better.
I like when
Because
people,
he's him. He's very
I like when
out,
people come
he's
out
open,
and be themselves.
He's not hiding shit, exactly.
and I like that.
And that offends some people.
Yeah, some people
When you're
just
being
stop.
yourself,
Right.
that offends some people. Like
Right.
now there are rappers that are alternative lifestyle rappers. I don't know what's the word that we could use without getting flagged or, people in an uproar. But
Alternative
they're
lifestyle is
alternative
good.
lifestyle artists now that are mainstream and that are now at the forefront, are now co-headlining festivals.
Yes.
Thank
And
God.
are now doing some amazing things. And so what I'm going to boycott the radio station because they play it? No, right? Because I don't have to listen to it.
Right. It's
So
choice.
I feel you. Like R. Kelly, come on, I'm gonna go outside and smoke me a square, blood.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
have to explain to you why.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm outside with it. Like, hey man, no, that's not. You got some R. Kelly in your playlist? No, but I do got some Aaron Hall. Fool, let's crank this up.
Right.
So there's a way that you can do it, and I totally respect that opinion of yours because there are people that connect right or wrong or indifferent with the different opinions, if you will, when it comes to music. Some people want to talk about it, man. Thankfully, we're not a gossip show.
No, facts. All right. Dear Wendy Day, how do you recommend I grow my fan base solely online? I live in Tennessee. I see my small amount of fans are in Tennessee, a few in Atlanta, but how do I grow them online?
Well, you're gonna have to engage, and we've had episodes where we've talked about this, so I won't do it ad nauseum. But if you're only gonna focus on line on the internet, you're gonna have to really be online 24/7 and engage with people, and go into the feeds of artists that have similar music to you, and start engaging with people that aren't following you, and hope that they'll go click on your bio, check out your music. It's a crapshoot, but you're going to have to put in the work.
I'd say
you add to that?
I'm not Wendy. I'm Kingpin. I'm going to chime in on the question. Nobody asked me, so I'm just kidding. But I think that if you're in Tennessee, then I'll tell you one of my secrets.
And isn't it Tennessee? I mean, just saying.
Right, Tennessee. Tennessee is one of the must-have states for Kingpin on a promo run. Yes. So when somebody is telling me, Kingpin, I want you to put a promo run together, Tennessee is one of the first states that I slap on the calendar. I got Memphis, I got Nashville, I got Knoxville, I got Chattanooga. All right. So I've got an infrastructure of where the places that I can go digitally, it's going to make it so much easier, and I'll explain to you why. Some of the things that you could be doing to figure out how to grow. Who are you making music for? Do we know what age range they are? Are they college students? If so, then the University of Tennessee. There's different colleges. Let's find out when the Titans are playing. And instead of you going out there, maybe you can go to the stadium and find people's pictures that are at the stadium or that are posting, videos, and engage with their content and get them to come back and like some of the stuff. So the best way to do it is just like advertisements, right? When you run ads, you only get charged when somebody clicks on the ad. You don't get charged when they see the ad. Same thing like social media. They're not going to click on it just because they see it.
Right.
You got to
That's
make
call to action.
The call to action. So
Love that. Cheat code.